Today's the day I'm moving everybody over to the next paddock. And here they are. Let me shut the power off here. And so I can convince them to come on over. And then I can turn it all back on again. Cookie's up here. Let me get this opened up. I had to wait for the water to go down. That's close enough. All right. Take that off. Let's take that off. Let's just move this out of the way for now, so don't confuse anybody. Come on, old bull. Old bull. Come on, old bull. Come on. Come on in. Yeah. Come on, old bull. Yep. Let's kick it a little farther out. Come on, old bull. There you go. Yeah. You're on the other side of the fence now. Let's go ahead and re-stretch these wires. Everybody's going to get into new grass. There we are. Everybody's getting into new grass. Huh, that's odd. It actually worked right. Okay. There we are. I don't know if I told you guys, I got zapped. I got zapped real good. I think that might be, I wonder if that's Cookie's mom. Hard to tell. They have several, they have a couple different herds. There we go. And I like putting this, let me set this down for 1 minute. And fasten this in. Oh, rats. Gotta redo. Let me dump this water here too. I forgot that's got to go. There we go. Got to get that over this fence, so no reason making it harder on myself. I think I can just take one off and set it over. Yeah. Let me set you down again and we'll move over the water tank. There we go. That's not too bad. You get over here and rehook this up. Let me go get the water line on. We'll get out here and look at this pasture here in a minute. But this paddock here and see how it does. But anyway, yeah, they got their favorite extra hay, and we have a lot more grass for them. So we're going to give this pasture a break and let them eat out of the next one. So kind of exciting. Yep, kind of exciting. We'll see how they respond to it. I'll get the water going first because they're in the new lot, so I don't think anybody's challenging anything right now. But yeah, that's kind of the first time we're doing our rotation, and got a little stuff on the camera. First time we're doing our little rotation here, so they should have grass. No reason to do it. This is where they're, and it's cooler weather right now, but you know, that's the only shade trees they got right there is on this end. So when they're going to go lay down, they'll be up here by where our dog pen used to be. Look at that old mole digging. That little rascal. All right. So yeah, here's a here we go. Dump the water hose in, stretch out the kink, get out of there. They say they do that when it gets too wet. There we go. Yeah. Now now he's got a whole different pasture he can look at. A lot more grass in there. Hopefully they'll like the grass. Yep, there goes Lily Beth already eating the fresh grass. I only gave him a leaf of hay. I think Brett and I think I'll get me some more wire and we'll run it up to the top up there, just as a backup. Just as a backup. That way they can have all three lots. Yeah, look at that. Already on the job. It won't take them long to eat this. It's not as tall as I had hoped it would, but there is a lot of grass down below. So that's good. They're already eating green grass, even though we got some hay there. So that's good. They're already on the job. They're like, yeah, finally we got ourselves some real food here. I just wish that there hasn't been anything in that third lot for a long time, and it's just a slower growing from coming back. I just don't know if I really want to put anything in it or not. If I did, it'll be very, very short. It won't be very long. But yeah, they all got some. And I definitely wanted them to stay into this lower lot. I want them to stay in this lower lot down here because there's a lot of grass in the bottom. And for whatever it's worth, the choice grass is up there. That's where they really want to eat, and they did. It's native prairie and it doesn't recover as fast. And then you have this grass down here, which is abundant. It's loaded with stuff. So anyway, that's good. Yep, these guys they're eating some of the fescue. A lot of that's fescue up there, not goosegrass. So for whatever it's worth. But yeah, they're getting some real green grass and something to take their minds off of their bellies right now. Yep. Okay, finally got the dog house out of this area and got out the piece of metal that I hadn't gotten moved yet. But anyway, also turned right around. And one of the disadvantages, the way I had it set up, was I didn't have anywhere for these to go when the power was off, because otherwise I'm electrifying the whole thing, and it kind of makes it hard if you want to pick up sticks or whatever. You got to run around and do it. So now I got a dummy hook up here This doesn't. Here's the 220 line right there, or the 220, the power line, and this here is the. Of course, that's just a our barbed wire fence. So makes it easy enough to know whether you're hooked up to hot or not. So anyway, I'm gonna go back around now that I have that done. My water tank is just about full. I'll be able to go around, and we will take a look and see if there's how things look inside the fence, if there's anything I need to fix. The calves and bull, what a difference fresh grass makes. Gets them very content. They've been riding me pretty hard the last couple of days. I've been riding them pretty hard, giving them some supplemental hay, but riding them pretty hard, saying, hey, look, I want it all cleaned up. None of this patchwork stuff. So we'll go over there and take a look at it. That's probably enough water in there. I'll go shut it off, and let's go into the main area. We'll shut off the power, or turn the power back on, and make sure everything's operating as it should be. But anyway, yeah, little tiny things, and that's a big deal. Look at how much more happy he is, you know, a lot more content. He was bellowing this morning because his girlfriend's was that he got into last week was down here. So anyway, let me go get turn off this water. So got the Gallagher back on here, the X100, and I got a green light. That's very important. You see that green light, tells you everything is green. But yesterday it wasn't green. We was using the ground wire inside of this yellow, I forget the name of the line I'm using, but using the ground wire. Well, this is old enough. Evidently, it's got a lot of little nicks in it, little tiny nicks. And anyway, we got a lot of rain, and we could hear it thumping out here. We could hear it thumping because it's actually hooked to the other side over there. That's where, I mean, if we'd known we were going to be doing something like this, we'd have just hooked it right into the fence right there. But but maybe not, because this actually works out pretty good, because it gives me unlimited amount of choices in my paddocks. So that, I mean, there was a reason behind it. A brilliant reason. Anyway, the point is that they came over here, and because that thing is blinking red, it's telling me that that the fence is not hot now. It's grounding out somewhere. So I turned right around. I said, okay, it's got a problem, and I'm guessing I'm figuring it's that ground wire. When we were hearing, me and Delia was hearing this thumping in the ground. So we switched it over to the white wire that actually has a coating on it versus the ground which just had paper around it, and that fixed our problem. So I re-hooked up, got it redone, have that. Let's take a look. So this is obviously some grass that they're not too interested in, but you do see where they ate some of it. They did eat, they are eating some of it. And I was throwing my bales of hay around places where they did not want to eat, just to try to encourage them. Say, look guys, come on over here, eat some of this grass and stuff like that. So they did. You can see where the grass is, you know, like they didn't want to eat that necessarily. They kind of ignored that, but you see where I threw the bale, and they did eat some. While they're eating their hay, they took a few bites of the grass they didn't want to eat. So there we go. Got that, and just take a look at everything. There's a squirrel over there. There he is, going to the big wood. It's like that. Them cows are a little closer today. Anyway, Santa threw some hay over here as well. So the fence is on. We got it done, and they ate it pretty well. Now we'll give this pasture a chance to recover. A lot of green grass over here. Yeah, this is much better. Look at him. I'm very happy. Yeah, they're gonna eat this up in no time though. Come on around here. Got a little bit of a cattle trail through here. Wherever that bull routinely goes, he leaves his mark, that's for sure. He leaves his mark. Nothing bad over here. Everything's looking pretty good. Yeah. We had a big hedge ball harvest this year. Last year we got 3 hedge balls, and this year we got quite a bit more. So this tree's finally maturing a little bit. I did a lot of cleanup. There's a stick down. Yeah, that's what I like to get in here. We have a lot of, what it is, I believe, is these locust trees are dead inside of here. There's no leaves on them, and so they keep dropping their limbs. I like to keep it picked up because they do have these big sharp needles on them. I don't want it to get into the cattle's feet, so I do my best to try to pick this up. Actually, I'm glad the locust trees are dead. I just need to keep working. Now that they're really dead, I need to get in here and just keep working on these Russian olives, cedar trees, whatnot, and continue to open this area up. You see how there's no grass in there? Well, that's how this whole area looked, really. I mean, that whole bottom section was nothing but Russian olives and small trees and things like that. And they were serving no purpose whatsoever. And that's kind of, I wasn't getting any grass. Well, you look at it, and this is year 3 of being pretty well. I mean, I still had stumps out there, so I couldn't really clip it down. But after year 3, now I got some grass right where Lily Beth is, the black one. She, you know, right where she's at. It was solid. It was solid trees in there. There was no grass. And now she's in there, you know, gaining a little bit. So that's good. Very good. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go pick some stuff up. Glad you guys came along. If you like these types of videos, do us a favor. Hit that like and subscribe. Come grow with us.